here at Pie Junkie with Leslie and Darcy. Pie Junkie is your pie brainchild, right? Located in the Plaza District in Oklahoma City. So tell us a little bit more about what Pie Junkie is.
Well, we got started when we had little kids in Mother's Day out, and we realized that we lived close to each other and needed some support, so we started cooking together and naturally, kind of organically landed on pie. It wasn't something that we sat down and were like, hey, let's open a pie shop.
Were you both bakers before? Did you cook a lot at home?
Yes, for sure. And the family table was really important, like grandmothers and moms teaching us and being in the kitchen with them. So yeah, that was really important to us.
Definitely self-taught.
Yes, not professionally trained at the school of grandma is what we always say.
Oh, I love that. That's the best school.
Yeah.
Plus it's free.
It is, right? No student loans,
So
yes.
special culinary school. Yes. So yeah, we started cooking together and started our little business in a church kitchen, and it grew and brought us here to the Plaza District about 9 years ago. And the Plaza has been great to us. Oklahoma City's been great, and it's just evolved from there.
Let's head back to the kitchen and take a look at some pies. Okay, this is where the magic happens, in the kitchen of Pie Junkie. Let's get started. What are we making today?
Today we're going to make oatmeal chocolate chip pie.
Awesome.
It's a pie that's been a pie of the month for us for several years, but we've just retired the recipe, so we're going to share that with the world, and we're going to show you how to make it today.
For Pie Junkie's oatmeal chocolate chip pie, you're going to need the following ingredients: unsalted butter, granulated sugar, light corn syrup, eggs, vanilla extract, salt, quick oats, chopped walnuts, semi-sweet chocolate chips, and an unbaked pie crust. What's step one?
Step one, our beautiful dough sheeter, which you may not have at home, but that's okay.
Dough sheeter.
We use this since we're making a large number of pies. It helps us roll out the crust. And we
Tell
have
us a little bit about the crust. That is made, obviously everything is made from scratch, in-house. How much crust do you prep every week?
Oh my gosh.
That's a great question.
I mean, it changes week to week, but we do hundreds of pies each week, and it's pies for slices and pies for whole pies. So, I mean, we are making these little patties all day, every day.
It feels like it.
Yeah. And so, yeah, you're right. It's all homemade. It's butter and flour and sugar and salt. It's very simple, which is how I think a crust should be. And yeah, so then the sheeter helps Darcy kind of get, it saves our hands a little bit. And it just helps us get
Flat
kind
and
of
even?
get the shape started. And we're still hand rolling it. We're just having a little nudge on the front end.
Will help.
Yeah.
So generally back here, I'm sure I've seen the Instagram videos. There's a lot of people. It's not this quiet, not this peaceful.
Not so much.
True.
It's very much like an assembly line, correct?
For sure, absolutely, yeah. It used to just be the two of us. We were the OG assembly line back in the day when we rented the church kitchen at St. Luke's United Methodist in Midtown. She's finished and she's putting it in the pan. She's making sure we have a nice line, which I think is important, so you want the dough to adhere to the pan. So in the assembly line, she's gonna move it on down, and I'm going to crimp it. So I'm just trimming to make sure everything's pretty even, because you don't want like a big full part and then a really thin part. So I'm trying to trim it as well as I can to be pretty even. And I'm staying on the ledge here, like I don't want to go down into the pan, so I'm tucking the dough under so it stays on this ledge. And I have these little scraps. If I ever feel like I have like a little thin part, sometimes I'll just bulk it up a little bit. So yeah, so because you can just kind of tuck it in and roll it under like that.
One of my favorite parts about your pies is it's so obvious it's made by a person, and they're all a little unique, and it just tastes that much better because you know there's a personal touch in it.
Yeah, we kind of joke in the kitchen that you can tell, honestly, you can tell who made the pie by the crimp. Crimping is like fingerprinting. That's really funny. Okay, I've got it tucked under. I've got my lines. I'm making sure everything's just kind of real nice and neat before I start crimping. I think people get really, really intimidated by crimping. This seems to be where people derail when they're making pies at home. You could leave it like this. You could take a fork and just do that, but never be scared about the crimping part of it. I like to do my little pinching crust. Everyone does it different. This is how I do it. I'm just pinching and pushing in, and pinching and pushing in. That's all I'm doing. But again, don't be intimidated. Use a fork. Some people use a spoon. You can make little scallops with a spoon if you aren't comfortable with your dexterity, and that's okay. And honestly, I didn't start out like this. It took me a long time of practicing. You know, we used to teach classes and we'd have bakers that would say, I get so frustrated because my crust flattens out or it sinks in or whatever. You want these little divots to really be pressed down so that you're avoiding that. Sometimes you can't avoid that, but so that's how we crumb. So now we're gonna fill this crust.
Okay.
So we're gonna just go on down here. So we're gonna do this with the stand mixer. I know a lot of folks at home have a stand mixer. You could do this in a bowl with a hand beater, or you could mix it by hand. It doesn't have to be fancy. So we're using our paddle attachment here. This filling is not the prettiest filling. And what we like to say here is sometimes homemade isn't always the most pristine thing, but it always tastes real good. So I'm gonna start with some softened butter. And then I've got my sugar.
I've never seen an ugly pie though. If it tasted good.
Right, no, you're right. You're right. I've made some ugly pies. I've made some ugly pies that have not tasted good. I've made some ugly pies that have tasted good. So we're just kind of mixing all this together. You can see here, it's not the world's prettiest. It's like a broken filling. It's not super pretty, and that's not wrong. That's right. So.
I'm gonna take a look at this filling.
Yeah, there's a measurement for vanilla, but sometimes with vanilla, it's like the chocolate, it's a measure with your heart situation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think that's the kind of home cook I am. Measure with your heart.
Yes.
Taste often.
Taste off, yes. So we're just we're letting everything come together. And again, like I said, this is easy to do with the hand mixer or your hands.
Okay, because
it's
weird kind of like a chunky, lumpy. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, there are lots of other fillings that are silky and beautiful and all of this, and this tastes so good, but it's not the world's most beautiful filling. Yeah. So the other thing, so I just give everything a good scrape down. That sugar and that butter loves to clump together, so I like to just really make sure everything's, and if it's lumpy, that's okay.
Not gonna lie, I like all those ingredients. I would totally take a taste.
We're gonna do walnuts today. I'm gonna grab the walnuts.
Okay. Have the nuts changed over time? Has it always been walnuts?
I think it was walnuts.
Or did we do pecans? You can do whatever you want. We tell people you can do whatever you want.
Okay.
Pecans, walnuts, if there's
nut of your choice.
Nut of your choice. We like walnuts because they're buttery, and this is butter on butter.
I agree.
So, so we chose walnuts, but pecans would be delicious. Also, we do with the chocolate chips. I think if you wanted to do it in the fall, you could do it with walnuts and put like dried cranberries or something in it. You know, I think you can really make this whatever you want it to
Or like
be.
a triple chocolate chip.
Okay.
Yeah.
Always.
Okay. So yeah, not a problem. So we're gonna just.
So the nuts go on the bottom. It
Yes.
doesn't get mixed in.
No, we just put them on the bottom like that. Just there's a nice even layer, and then honestly,
that's a healthy portion of walnuts. I'm excited.
Yeah, when you're at home, you can put as much as you like, as little as you like.
Yeah, if you're like
leave it out,
like a whiff, just that's fine.
Just a whisper.
Just a whisper of walnut. So.
Is it time for chocolate chips?
It is time for chocolate chips, and I'm gonna go to our handy dandy little bin here.
We use a fair amount of chocolate chips,
And
so we
again,
need a giant bin.
And again, it's a measuring with your heart situation. Okay. Yeah. So I just like to give a good little shake over the top.
And these are semi-sweet?
These are semi-sweet. I like to think about having a chocolate chip in most bites. So I just do it like that. I probably wouldn't go too much more than that. That's a lot of heart right there.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't like chocolate that much, you could back it down, or again, you could put the dried fruit with it if that's what you wanted.
Because they melt down a little bit, correct?
They do. Well, they do a little bit. They won't melt as much. They'll retain their shape, but they'll sink into the filling and just
nice and gooey.
Nice and So
that is beautiful.
Yeah, it's real fun. So we're gonna go take it on over to the oven.
How many minutes will it be in the oven for?
So I usually start things at about 20 to 25, and then I like to rotate. I check it. I rotate. I do like to rotate. I think there's probably some people who say don't do that. I do because I find like most ovens anywhere you
They're
get
not
disproportionate browning.
Yeah.
So I like to rotate it halfway around. And then I'll probably go another 20 minutes or so, and then we'll see when it kind of jiggles the right way.
Awesome.
Then it'll be ready.
Well, while it's baking, do you
Yeah.
want to talk about some of your other pie offerings here? Because there are many choices.
Many, many choices.
Okay, let's take a look at the pie board and see what options we have on the slice menu. So you have so many different options, and we know there are some fan favorites. Run us through the fan favorites real quick.
Oh, Drunken Turtle,
For sure.
That's kind of our signature pie. It's been around probably since the beginning.
So Drunken Turtle,
Yes.
let me guess, another one would be the peanut butter chocolate. Yep.
Yeah, peanut butter chocolate has another one, kind of original,
early
very
on.
popular. You have to like peanut butter.
Super peanut buttery.
Like chocolate peanut butter, super rich. But if you like peanut butter, it's a good choice.
Absolutely.
And then I guess we'll just keep guessing, like
Yeah,
it's trivia.
yeah, hit us.
S'mores.
S'more, yes, that one is great. Homemade marshmallow.
Kids love it.
Kids do love it. Yeah.
So the pro tip for that, and never cut this corner, is always stick it in the microwave.
yes.
It tastes like it's still good, not microwaved, but warmed up, it's like a completely different pie.
It's different. It's more the way we want it to be served, if we're being honest, because it's soft. We want that marshmallow to be gooey. My daughter, my youngest, eats it cold, and I don't understand it. Like she peels it off. In
Kids are
layers,
weird.
and I'm like, yeah. But it is meant to be gooey, like a.
Okay,
s'more.
I'm gonna aim for top 5, so I've hit 3 of
Okay.
them. Bird dog buttermilk. Is that a pretty good representation of some of the top ones? I'm sure.
Say the cream pies are really popular. The
Okay.
coconut cream and the French silk, tried and true. We have folks who love those, and especially French silk at the holidays. People like that
yeah.
chocolatey
Yeah.
flavor. So
Yeah. And
Key
then we
lime?
have key lime, yeah. We're always surprised at Thanksgiving how many people order key lime, and I don't know. I guess I just think that
That's
it's
a
something
little
different.
non-traditional.
It is, and maybe,
maybe
a palate cleanser kind of. and-
Yeah.
yeah.
A palate cleanser from all the heavy casseroles and the
Right,
turkeys.
Yeah. So,
So-
we surprisingly sell a lot of key lime at the holidays.
And now for the pie tasting.
The butter has soaked into the crust.
Yeah.
Embrace it.
So is the
All
trick
the
to use
butter.
a very sharp knife
Yes.
than to use the pie?
Yes. I like a serrated
Mm-hmm.
knife. They just seem to cut better than a butter knife. And also I think the size of the knife matters.
Mm-hmm.
Don't take a big old butcher. I mean, you're just asking for. So yeah, if you have a small serrated knife, that's perfect.
The crust is beautiful.
Thank you. So all right, here she comes.
Let's hold it up for the camera. Oh my gosh. Can you see that?
It's like the gooeyest
Delicious.
chocolate oatmeal cookie.
And because I put whipped cream on everything, I'm gonna put a little whipped cream on it. You can do ice cream. You can eat it like this.
Yeah,
you can warm it up.
warm it
you
up
can
a
do
little bit.
whatever. But I like whipped cream because why not?
And everything is made from scratch.
Yes.
So
Homemade whipped cream.
homemade whipped cream.
Yes.
Which is so much better than the canned stuff.
Oh yes.
Okay, wonderful. Shall we try it and take a
Yeah,
bite?
of course. Yes. Let's get some forks. Fork right off. We'll let you do the
Got a real
honors.
fork.
All right, let's
Get in
go.
there.
Gotta get a little bit of whipped cream.
Yeah,
So-
she knows how
such
to
an
do. She's a
expert.
professional.
So, in everything that we eat, I have a belief that there's the best bite.
Okay.
And for me, anything that has a point, the point is always the best bite. I don't know
Yeah.
why it tastes
I-
better. And
I agree
maybe
with that.
sometimes you have to go 4 inches past the point also. But
Yeah, this whole thing is a point.
yeah. Okay, let's see. I love the texture. It looks so yummy.
Yeah, it's kind of almost pecan-y a little bit. Just a little bit. Not quite as gooey as pecan,
And
but
the
yeah.
chocolate chips kind of all kind of melt together on top. Here we go.
Yeah.
That is so good.
Yay. So glad you like it.
Definitely taste the love in the butter.
That's probably our
Yeah.
new tagline, love and butter.
Butter.
Thanks. Yes.
This is amazing. Thank you so much
Oh, thanks for being
for
here.
letting us into the kitchen
yeah.
today,
Yeah.
showing us how to make this recipe, sharing the recipe now that it's not available at the store. Here it is, oatmeal chocolate chip So good. And I just feel very privileged to be able to eat it after you all have made it. So when I make it myself, I can compare and be like, this just isn't the same.
No, we covered that. Yours is going to be perfect.
Okay,
It's gonna be perfect.
wonderful.
It's gonna be
Awesome.
perfect.
Thank you so much, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're here in Bethany, right off Route 66 at a locally owned cheesecake shop called Not Cho Cheesecake. Let's come take a look. So we're here with Glen Whitaker, owner of Not Cho Cheesecake. Hey Glen, how's it going today?
It's a great day today.
Awesome. Well, we are in the mood for something sweet, so I know we've come to the right spot. Tell us a little bit more about your origin story.
Man, if you guys haven't been following us, you know that we started this quaint little shop in the midst of the pandemic, just to kind of give people a little extra love in the form of cheesecake, you know, because everybody was going through their own thing, worrying if they were going to keep their employment, worried about loved ones getting sick and passing away. So me and Shoshiana decided to start something different, something new, and also something to kind of fulfill her, because she was really searching for something in the midst of the pandemic as well. And after everything was said and done, we came up with Not Cho Cheesecake.
I love it. And this is inspired by a concept that she visited another locally owned cheesecake shop, right? And was like, this is good. I can do this.
Right.
Let's make it happen.
And like I said, the crazy part is she had never made a cheesecake a day in her life.
Wow.
But she was so inspired when she went to Memphis on this girls trip that she said, Oklahoma needs something like this. This is how we came up with Not Cho Cheesecake.
That's great. It's awesome when you can travel, see something and be like, I'm into this and my community needs this, and then bring it back.
All right, and here we have Mariah Bailey. This is our lead baker right here. And she's responsible for a majority of the magic that happens back here, as she trained with Shoshiana pretty closely upon us beginning. So yeah, you guys like to see me top a cake?
Let's do it.
It is so many choices. I am not sure which one we would like to do today. Let's see. Well, I guess we could get a chocolate wasted. Let me go around here.
Chocolate wasted.
Yeah.
Into that name.
So let me get my gloves and let's get this going.
So I love the size of the cheesecake that you offer, because this to me is very much a single serving, but it could also be shareable if you're a generous person. So kind of run us through how your sizing works, kind of what you started. You also make larger cheesecakes to order.
So, being that our cheesecakes are extremely unique and we make them all from scratch, we want to have a unique sizing system. This is why we chose not to serve it in the slice, but as in like mini cakes. Because then when you serve it in a mini cake, it almost feels like a gift
Special.
when you're giving it to someone. So our size system is the me, we, and us.
Okay.
Because Not Cho Cheesecake is family oriented. So the me size is our cupcake size, is just for you. The we size, which is our standard size right here, is made to share. It looks small, but I promise you it's extremely rich. And typically it takes 2 people, or you can only eat half today, then have to eat the half the next day. And all the sizes above that is our us size. Our us size is 6 through 10 inches, and that's what really made to share with multiple people.
Okay, wonderful. And the we size is the one that you kind of have offered available anytime. People can come in and grab them. For the larger ones, do you need a special order those?
Yes, ma'am. So our we size, our standard size, we offer those every day. And on our website, you can place an order to get the flavors that we offer for that day. But any size below the we size or above, you have to place a pre-order for it, just to give us enough time to make it, because we get a lot of orders each day.
Okay, so let's get started on the chocolate wasted. Let's walk us through the components, and I know you bake cheesecakes fresh every single day.
Yes, ma'am. We make and sell a high volume of cakes, and we pride ourselves on the quality and the freshness of our cakes. So we typically bake the night before, let them cool overnight, and then once they cool, we dress them that next day to bring them out for sale, whether it's an order or whether it's just a place for people to grab and go. You know, for this particular cake right here, I make it with a special blend Oreo crust, my milk chocolate batter, and then I top it with my homemade white chocolate whip here. And then to add the quote unquote icing on the cake, we get it with a chocolate drizzle. Now it's incredibly particular about the ingredients that we use, from the cream cheese that we use, from the type of cookie that we use, to the type of chocolate that we use. Everything has to be grade A. We don't cut any corners on anything, and I think that's one of the reasons why people love our cake so much, because it's all premium ingredients.
Quality ingredients. So you said here is the chocolate wasted, and it was your desire to come up with a chocolate cheesecake that was just chocolate overload.
That was overloaded with chocolate, but at the same time, a great blend of different chocolates to go together to really create this really unique taste that we call the chocolate wasted. And once we created this cake and we tasted it, we like kept eating it, and we was like, oh my God, we're gonna be chocolate wasted like the movie. And I said, that's the name.
Light bulb.
Yeah, that's the name right there.
I love it. It is beautiful.
Yep, and typically, people like for us to put the crunch on it. We had so many people request that, so we just actually added that to the actual cake. And what that looks like is just adding a little Oreo dusting just to top off that chocolateness on the cake.
That is the finishing touch. I'm into it.
And this beauty right here is called the Chocolate Wasted, which is one of our best sellers. But I could really say that about all the cakes.
Yes, you've said that about the 4 we've talked about so far, but I believe you. This is for sure the chocolate bestseller.
Oh, absolutely. When it comes to chocolate, when they ask for chocolate, this is the one that I always suggest. And once they see the picture, like, oh yes. And typically what they do is they come grab one of the wee sizes, and then we'll see an order for the same name for our biggest cake.
Well, the wee size is perfect to sample it, see if you love it without having to commit, and then you can commit to something bigger.
Absolutely.
So, and then obviously you do such a good job of the presentation. We all eat with our eyes first, or nowadays the camera eats first, so then our eyes and then our mouths.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, it looks beautiful. Now, time for the best part, tasting time. What we've got here today is chocolate wasted, the pink lady, and Not Yo Mama banana pudding. Let's take a bite. Oh my gosh. That is so rich and delicious, and does not taste like my mother's banana pudding at all. Next up, the pink lady. Lemonade flavored. Perfect for summertime or hot weather or wintertime and you miss summertime. Did we save the best for last? Perhaps. Chocolate wasted. Oreo crust, milk chocolate. Wow. Oh wow, that's super rich. Amazing. Okay. I only have 2 thumbs, but definitely 3 thumbs up. The Regional Food Bank of Oklahoma serves 53 counties in central and western Oklahoma. Give now at rfbo.org.